releasing the report could have saved many women from such atrocities. The impact will not confine to the Kerala film industry in Kerala. The way you are taking the sexual atrocities and violence seriously, equal importance and seriousness should be shown to these human rights violations.
Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. The Hema Committee Report has created a storm as it should. If you've read the report or accessed any of the coverage of this report, then your blood will have boiled. The Hema Committee was set up by the Kerala government in 2017. It submitted its report in December 2019, and it's only last month, in August 2024, that this report has been made public. To find out why the Kerala government took so long to make this report public, to assess its response to the findings of this report and what policy it will have going forward, I'm talking to Anuradha. She's the General Secretary for the National Federation of Indian Women. She's also a senior member of the CPI, or the Communist Party of India, which is a partner in the LDF government that governs Kerala. Anuradha, thank you very much for making time for this conversation. Can I start by asking you, why do you think the Malayalam film industry managed to behave in this manner that has been documented in such great detail in the Hema Committee report and for so long?
You see, this the world of cinema is full of stars and glamour, and in that sector, that employment sector, nobody was really looking into such issues concerning to the workers, particularly of women. And there was an incident, very brutal, I can say that abduction and rape of a leading and a very prominent actress. And following that incident, the Women in Cinema Collective, an organization, we can say that an organization which was formed up after this grave crime, and they met the chief minister and then handed over a memorandum demanding an inquiry into the issues which the women in cinema are facing, to set up a committee. So, for the first time in the history of India, a state government has immediately taken a decision to constitute a committee, not a commission, a committee, and which was headed by a justice, retired Justice Hema, and along with other two members. And yes, it was they submitted their report, and in that report itself, it has been very clearly written that initially nobody was ready to talk anything. No one came before us to explain or tell their problems and all. Then they had to set out of their office, and they even went to the set and meet the stars to discuss with them. So then you can understand the women who are suffering such crimes and such human rights violations for such a long time. They were not ready, because in the committee report itself is saying that they were all afraid and frightened and threatened by a powerful 15. This is what. So we can understand that why it happened, or it was happening for such a long time without anybody's attention or any action.
Sure. Ms. Raja, what is interesting is that this committee report, while it was set up in 2017, it took a lot of effort and fully backed by the Kerala government. It brought out its report in December 2019. Everybody I'm speaking to, from women in the WCC, which is the Women in Cinema Collective, to other members of the film industry, including filmmakers, they all believe that the government has dragged its feet and shown a lack of urgency in making this report public. Why did your government, why did the LDF government not make this public? Is it because of the kind of impact it has had? Were you scared of this impact? And why were you scared? You should have been representing the rights of these women and all the workers, isn't it?
Right. It is true that the releasing of the report has taken more than 4 years, and I am not at all justifying that delay. Accepting that delay as an injustice to the women in cinema, I'm saying that there was initially some confusion. This is what I understand, even from the Justice Hema Committee itself. They submitted the report, then they requested the government not to make it public, the report. So government was having lot of such pressure on them, because the committee itself is saying that not to, because the people who deposed before this committee, or they spoke to the committee members, they were really scared that if somehow, or even for a 1% chance is there to, if what they said is come out, then that will be the end of their, not only their career, sometimes it may be at their end of their life itself. So that is why even Hema Committee also, that committee itself was shocked to listen to these women, what all they have gone through. So there was initially a fear from the committee itself, and then a lot of such nitty-gritties or legal thing. That is why the government has delayed, but I am not justifying, or even the government won't justify that the delay. It was not purposeful delay, but what we feel that it could have been released much before. That is what.
It is 5 extra years of this kind of behavior continuing. And I think for that, there will be some sense of regret. I believe that the LDF government will have.
Definitely, because delaying even for a day means that one day many women must have gone through such experiences and atrocities. So releasing the report could have saved many women from such atrocities. So after releasing the report and that impact and that with the conference with which the women are now coming out and all, by seeing this, definitely the government must be feeling that. As a women activist, as a CPI person, I really feel very bad, and the remedy is not that requesting an apology or saying sorry for that. That is not a remedy. What happened. Now the issue is before us is, instead of doing that, focusing on that delay. Now the report is released. However truncated it is, now there is a report in front of us, and the women are coming up now with unexpected boldness. They are coming out and they are openly speaking.
So clearly, the report, the Hema Committee, the setting up of the Hema Committee was a great thing that the government did. And this report, by publishing it now, it has empowered these women, because they had no reason to make themselves public. So clearly, they are feeling that they have the backing of the government. So they have come forward, they've come to the media, they've gone to the police, and they have made direct accusations. One of the people accused is an actor and a person from the film industry who's also a CPIM MLA, Mr. Mukesh, and you have said he should resign given that of these allegations. What is interesting to me, Ms. Raja, is that your party said that this is, your statement is, from a perspective of a national leader, but the state leadership of the CPI will actually take a decision. We also then saw the CPIM have a meeting and say that there is no reason for Mr. Mukesh to resign. Let the legal process take its course. This seems to me to be as if the women in these parties, the CPI and the CPIM, don't have too much of a voice in your parties. Or do you think that this is a fair decision?
I think we can discuss about that in another conversation. But I will come to that. Before coming to that, you are
Sure.
correctly said that simple releasing of the report by the government gave confidence even before setting up of the special investigation team. Women have come out and spoken. They did not cover their face. That women coming out without covering their face, actually it was biggest fear of the men, that oh, these women are coming out now, what happened, that itself will have an impact. And after setting up of that special investigation team also, many women have come, and the team has interacted with these complainants and also. And one thing we must understand, that the impact of this setting up of this committee, releasing the report, or and constituting a special investigation team, the impact will not confine to the Kerala film industry in Kerala. It will have, it has already started to show its impact in other. For example, in private sector, in private schools, teachers are now coming up, they are calling up, and all these things. So it will have impacts in other sectors also where women are working. It is not only in Kerala but across our country, and internationally. The steps of our government, the LDF government, is watched by many countries, and they are calling up, and journalists are calling up and enquiring about all these things. This is one part. The other part, you have said that look, I'm in the women's movement for quite some time, almost 40-45 years. And I am always living with or in the grassroots women across the country, as a General Secretary of the NFIW, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Northeast to Gujarat, Maharashtra, I am traveling and living with them. So I know the women's dignity when it is at stake, how difficult for that any women to take it easily. So that pain and agony one should understand. If you understand that pain and agony, then you won't be able to remain silent. And when we see that as a sector like cinema, where the report is saying that some 15 men are controlling the entire thing, and these women compromise and adjustments for a job, and this is something very serious. And I realized the impact of this report and this releasing of the report, and I wondered at no reason it should go in the dustbin, or it should not be taken non-seriously like that. I want it to be taken very seriously. So that is why immediately I responded, and I must tell you that my party, CPI's Kerala unit, the Kerala State Party, they have also very strongly came out by saying that Mukesh should resign. There was no conflict between the Kerala state unit of our party, CPI, where the state secretary Binoy Vishwam actually very categorically, he immediately called an online meeting of their top leaders, and they conveyed their opinion to the chief minister that no, you cannot protect Mukesh, he will have to be resign. So there was no conflict of
Within the CPI.
Yeah, no, there is no difference in CPI. And of course, then Comrade Brinda of CPIM, she has also very categorically said we cannot justify one crime with the other. You cannot say that, oh, they did not resign, so what is the need? No, that is not a communist way to address violence against women, particularly sexual violence against women.
Given that you have said the CPI believes this, you are a partner at the LDF, even if it's a junior partner. Brinda Karat, who's a senior leader of the CPIM, believes this. Why is it that Mr. Mukesh continues to be an MLA? Because if you go by the reports that have been published, the justification of the CPIM in Kerala seems to be that nobody else resigns. So why should he resign? Let the law take its course, then we will see. I don't think that is adequate, is it?
I beg to differ from the CPIM's position, but I must say that Comrade Brinda Karat has very categorically, publicly said that it is not the justification. I am also saying that it cannot be. On such cases, it cannot be. We must set an example of, look, we are taking this the survivors position, and we are asking our MLA to resign, so that others, when they do such crimes, they will have to step out, because we are already setting up an example, a model. So that initiative, so we are losing that opportunity also by allowing him. One thing is that he is an MLA in power and position in ruling party. He is a member of the ruling party, and he is the MLA from the ruling party also. So when the women who have come out very confidently, because they trust this government, that this government will do justice, they will not let us down. That is what they believe. So in order to keep up their confidence and confidence in the government, confidence in themselves to speak up. So for that, it is very necessary that this MLA is removed from the post. He should have, on taking moral, political morality, he should have resigned himself, or he refused to do that, then the government should have see to it that he is being removed, because these are the reasons which I just spoke. He should have. That is what. And we cannot, there is, no one can buy that argument that, oh, others did not do. We are, as communists, we will have to set up correct and right models. So we are missing that opportunity.
I'm really, I mean, I admire the fact that you are speaking up so categorically about this. At least those words mean something, to know that that is what you feel. We hope that your partners follow through with action on this front. It's better late than never. Whenever they do it, they should do it. The quicker, the better. But ma'am, there's another question that I want to come to, and which is what the Hema Committee documents. While sexual harassment and crimes and violence against women is one part of it, the other part of it is the state of the unions, the way they behave with workers, how they conduct, how the work environment and work is conducted. Why have the unions, in a state where worker rights, worker movements, the communist movement is so strong, why have the unions in this film industry failed to protect the rights of workers, whether they are women or male workers?
Frankly speaking, I have no answer to that, because I never had gone into the sector and never tried to understand the situation of women in that, and other people also, the junior artist, whether
Yes.
mainly it is women and the men also. But this report is saying, it is very really shocking when the entire, whether it is a national report, international report about the human development index and all these things, Kerala is number one. Kerala is Kerala's position is equal to some of the even developed countries. But worksite facilities, can you imagine? Women will have to take or look for some bushes or some big tree to pass urine. They fear to drink water, because they fear that if they drink water, then they will have to pass urine. There is no facility for that. For that, they will have to look for a big tree. Behind that tree, they can sit and pass urine, or some bushes. It happens in Kerala. It is really shameful and shocking. And in cinema, the dress change, frequent changes of dress is needed. And for that, even one of the accused, one leading actor, some complaints are also, sexual violence, rape complaints are also against Siddiq. He was telling in front of the camera that we hold the cloth like this, then women change the dress. Look at the audacity to say this. A leading actor in Kerala saying that we will hold the kapda aisa pakadega, or then women will change. This is the era now. You have lot of the prefab fabricated all those things. They can set up in each set where film shooting set. They can have these rooms to change dress and the toilet facilities and everything. And even now, some centuries old situation, the women are working. This is really, that is what from the first day itself I requested the government, the way you are taking the sexual atrocities and violence seriously, equal importance and seriousness should be shown to these human rights violations, their labor rights violations, all these things. There is no authority in looking at or their wages, or they're addressing their grievances, what to say more. There is no ICC according to the Posh Act. These are all things you cannot accept.
Absolutely. And Ms. Raja, the Hema Committee makes all these observations and documents all this. But one thing it says, that women had a lack of legal awareness about their own rights. I mean, women in Kerala not being aware of their own rights and the absence of any legally constituted authority to redress their grievances. Is this Hema Committee report and the film industry, is it time for the government, your government, to look at all sectors where women work and look at the conditions of workers? Because the assumption is that everything is better in Kerala than the rest of the country. So this is shocking, as you say.
Yes, definitely. That is why I said the impact of this report and the follow-up actions. If it is not reliable, I think I don't say reliable, it is not correct one, then it will be very, very detrimental for the women who are working in any sector. Because when they face such crimes in any other sector even, if they complain, then the perpetrator will say that, look at the cinema world and those women have gone, nothing happened. Then who are you? And get out. So this will be the impact. So that is that such a situation should not arise. That is why we are requesting the government. The government should be very, very serious about the all handling of this committee's report and its recommendations for constituting some other mechanism to for the women in cinema to for grievance redressal and all those things, to prevent such crimes and to ensure their constitutional rights, their labor rights, all those things. That is why we are asking the government to do it, and it should not prolong. It should be in a time-bound manner. And all those cases arise out of this report and subsequent revelations by the women, and all those cases should be tried under a fast-track court. Then only a time-bound justice process should be there. That is so essential.
In the month of August, we saw the RG Kaur case in Kolkata. The Hema Committee report came out. We saw the Badlapur, 2 children being assaulted in school. We saw 2 children assaulted and hanging in UP. I mean, I'm just naming a few. Some incident in Assam. What is your understanding, in your deep understanding, and exposure to women's battles for justice? Is there an increase in crimes against women and sexual crimes and violence against women, or is it just getting reported? What is going on? Is there something that is deeper that we are not able to understand?
Both are happening. Crimes are also increasing, and brutality is also increasing. Then reporting also is happening. This is on one side, but at the same time, as I said, whether it is anti-rape law or Posh Act or any such acts are there for prevention of such crimes, implementation is the problem. And that is why, and what the men are thinking, and if you look at the last 10 years, you can see that such crimes and the brutality has gone up. And one of the reason I understand that there is no political will from the part of the central government also, Modi government also. They believe they do not believe in gender equality. They believe in Manuvad, where the women have only three things can do. Women can do three things. One is taking care of the children or the house, cooking, and the producing children. And if they want to pray to God, they can pray. These are the things which the women, so they will have to be at home. They don't believe that women are equal partners in nation building. It is so important to develop our country. Prime Minister on the one hand repeatedly say that women-led development. When he says that allowing or keeping Brij Bhushan behind him sitting in parliament. He was accused of the sexual crimes against our most revered or well-known the sportswomen, wrestlers. So these are political patronage, and men think that women, what is there? For women are for their entertainment. Women are, and these men in many cases for young people committing such crimes or even murdering or pouring acid, or they cannot accept that women say no. When you say that you will have to marry me, if I say that no, I will not marry you, that he thinks that I don't know. These are all complications. So these are in a deeper way we need to understand. And even now you see the National Commission for Women suddenly has asked for this Hema Committee report from Kerala. The commission did not intervene in those two young girls hanging from a tree, and the commission did not intervene. So this sort of institutions which are there for the empowerment and emancipation of women, they are being or they are working as a tool of the ruling dispensation. Whether it is this government or that government, everywhere this is what is happening. So that is also one reason. So there are many reasons, and all these things finally, when it comes to women and women's her dignity and her self and her bodily integrity, then that is all. What's to say?
Given that politics is inevitable and it enters the picture, and in Kerala also there will be your opposition parties will try to make a case against you at this point of time. How does one rise above politics and deliver justice? Because the end of the day, the political battles people don't care about, people expect governments to provide justice. What is a final word that you have to assure people that the LDF government can set an example when it comes to this particular case, at least? Because it should not, and if it goes down the path of all other governments, then the LDF government and the communist parties are no better than the right.
You see, the unfortunate or the tragedy of Indian women is the politicization of rape and murder and brutality and violence on women. When it happens, then if the culprit or the accused is from the opposition, then suddenly the ruling party will jump. If the accused is in the ruling party, then suddenly the opposition will. Until and unless all these political parties, including left parties, they take this issue as a serious socio-political issue and issue concerning to the development of the country, I tell you, this will continue. This will continue. Look at the West Bengal incident. Now the central BJP is jumping and all sort of things are happening. And there she should have announced that I will see to it that the POSH Act will be implemented in letter and spirit. Instead of that, the West Bengal government is passing a different, a new law. This is the tactics of, we are witnessing it after Nirbhaya also. The law has been made more stringent, anti-rape law. But what is the political commitment of the governments to implement the available, already passed laws by the parliament to implement, and what is their political commitment to that? So until and unless all these parties, irrespective of flags, rise above the politics and see that, consider women as an important constituent of the development of this country and for the entire society, whether it is without, when women are suffering like this, the other half or the third or the first gender, they cannot progress in anything. So that is what we are actually we are studying for that. It is where any law which is passed by Indian Parliament is not given in a platter to the women. It was all on the blood and dead bodies of women. All these laws are passed. That we must. Now this Hema Committee also, how it all came? Because of that young promising actress, she had to undergo such a brutal rape, and she is, after all these years, still the case is pending in before the. So these are all the entire system, legal justice system need to be reformed and revitalized, so that if the inquiry is over, then immediately the legal process, time bound, even for that so many things if you will have to set up, and you will have to facilitate that. So for that, budgetary allocation is needed from the center also. So if you look at the last 10 years budgetary allocation for this, it is very, very abysmal. It is very, very disappointing. So these are all, there are not many, so they are all linked. And women organizations and women of this country also need to get together their acts together, because it is high time that we are now we are into the 78th year of our independence. In Parliament, we have this election, not only I think not less than 14% of women. Last time it was 14%. Won the election, and who frame a policy for the entire country. The entire country means half of the population, it is women. And in their absence, these men decide everything. So these are all, this is a challenge before the women's movement as a whole. It is not only when we say that political parties all should come together and all. So it is for us also to, in a way, sensitize our own party to see the seriousness of, understand the seriousness of the question of gender question.
I'm glad that you have spoken, and you've spoken so clearly about and unequivocally about what we should expect and what we should do. All eyes are on Kerala. If the Kerala government can actually set an example here, it has an opportunity to do so. If it can set an example, then, the communist parties, the state of Kerala, there will be a lot you can lead by example and moral authority. If this opportunity is squandered, then people will lose the faith that that they repose in the left parties when it comes to being at the forefront of fighting for worker rights, for women's rights, and for justice. So we are watching.
That government will do it because they, I'm sure that they have realized the gravity of the situation and the importance of taking correct steps in dealing with and ensuring time-bound justice for these all the survivors.
Yes, thank you, Annie Raja.
Thank you.
I
Thank
wish
you.
you good luck. Thank you for making time. And like I said, we'll all be looking at Kerala and to see what it can show us, if it can show us the way here.